My name is Abel Frost. My obsession with this fish came after moving back to the estuary I grew up on, the Chesapeake Bay. Recently, I moved 100 miles south of my hometown, and I had an entirely new fishery to learn. A place where the shallow marshes now harbor more than just minnows, white perch, and rockfish. Initially, I became addicted to the serenity. Arriving just before first light, I watched the sun breach the horizon and the shadowy silhouettes come to life. Bait starts moving. The shoreline birds are revealed, and the marsh begins to wake up. Learning the redfish patterns and behaviors, I fell in love with their shallow tendencies and long runs on light spinning tackle. I spent days, weeks, and months chasing them through mazes of salt-covered reeds. Once I believed I stood a fair chance with my spinning reels, I began to feel that these fish deserved more. I wanted to challenge myself as an angler in my discipline and patience in life, a challenge that requires me to relearn casting, hook sets, and the redfish all over again. I found a primitive tool that's origin dates back almost 200 years. A tool with minimal technology in between me and the fish, the fly rod. This video is about my journey to catching my first red drum on a fly.
So I'm gonna take this beater towel that I got, just right like that, make a nice little bucket for my, when you're fly fishing, you strip your line down, and I'm in no way an expert, but I'm sure that this will help. Oop. Oh man, I really need to work on my casting here. Look at him jumping. That's what I need to do. I need to slow down my strokes as I'm letting out my line. Fly fishing is so hard, man. Uh-oh. No, stop messing with it. Thought I could be cool and get it done just by flicking my rod, but no. There we go.
The first outing with the fly rod was a major wake up for what exactly I was getting myself into. I had practiced casting when I got the rod in the spring. I did not know how my retrieve should look. I didn't know if I should be ticking or trying to twitch the rod tip at all, let alone just like false casting and getting stuck on the grass. Yeah, it was very difficult.
Are you kidding me? God. Okay. Stay composed here.
I quickly realized that I needed to become an absolute minimalist when I am fly fishing in the kayak, because any little thing that you think the line could get snagged on, it will, and then some. Like even my water bottle, like even this, leaving this up in the front of my kayak, my water bottle, like it would get caught right here, and that could mess up a cast, that could mess up a retrieve. After this first trip, man, I knew that, wow, I've got a lot to learn.
This is tough. Oh my gosh, I just got hit by a red. I saw him, he came up. Holy crap, man. Oh, that was my first real bite. He didn't even bite it, he just followed it. Oh my gosh, that just gave me so much hope.
I was on my way out. I had spent the whole afternoon out just blind casting banks, blind casting choke points, different areas where I thought the redfish could be. And I was drifting across this grass flat. It's probably about 2 feet deep. And yeah, I had that follow. And it wasn't a massive red. It might have been just barely a slot fish or under slot.
Man, I got so much to learn, man. This is not easy. It's not easy fishing. But we're gonna get into the dock. This storm's probably carrying some thunder and lightning. And yeah, man, until next time.
This was maybe like my 3rd or 4th outing. So it built a ton of confidence just in letting me know that, okay, I'm making a good cast and I did something right. My retrieve worked, my lure worked, my presentation was good. I got a fish to follow it. So yeah, that was absolutely major.
I'm out here. I've got about 3 hours to fish before the sun goes down. High tide is right now, so I'll be fishing the whole outgoing current. I'm gonna start way back up in a marsh system and fish my way out. It's looking good. I'm already seeing some bait moving in the area. Oh yeah. Gonna try to get them on the fly. It's a journey. Oh, no way. My first saltwater fish. It is. No way, it's not a red. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at this guy. Look at this little baby speckled trout. Wet my hand first. Trout have a protective slime layer. Look at this little baby. That's so cool, man. First fish on the fly, a little baby speckled trout. Let's get him back in. There he goes. Heck yeah, man. First saltwater fish. Oh, that's so cool.
It's not a redfish. I would have loved for my first saltwater fish to be a red drum, but I will take this little trout. This was another huge confidence builder. And by this time I was really starting to discipline myself in just making sure that I'm always paying attention to my line management. Excess line that's pooling up in that kind of bucket area in the front of my kayak, that I'm paying attention to, okay, it's not snagged on anything. When I make a cast, it's gonna go out smooth. And as I'm stripping back in and I'm taking that line in, I'm consciously making the effort to place it in the direction that I want it to go.
Look at that. I just spooked a red. Oh my God, man, that was a big fish. That was a big fish, dude. Oh my gosh. Dude. That was a huge red. Wow, he was sitting right up on this grass. Actually, we're gonna give one more out into this current here. Tried to hook myself with the dang fly. Got the wind blowing into my face. We're on. Oh, it's a nice trout. Not enough to... Oh, let's go. Let's go, my biggest fish yet. Oh, let's go. This is so awesome, man. Come down this way, buddy. I think he's hooked pretty good. Oh, he's beat up too, dude. Wow. Look at the net for him. Oh, shoot. Stay down, stay down. Oh, come here, come here, come here. Oh, let's go, man. He might be a keeper too. Oh, wow. Wow, man. Wet my hands first. Oh, wow, this guy got beat up. He got picked up by a bird or something. That is cool, man. Oh, that's so cool. We're gonna go ahead and release the fish.
I'm watching this back as I'm doing the commentary, and I can remember the feeling of landing that. It was a decent sized trout. I don't know if he was in the slot. I didn't measure him, but man, that was huge. That was like a pat on the back for everything that I've been doing, and it really let me know that okay, I'm in the right areas. You know, trout and redfish, they inhabit a lot of the same areas here in the Chesapeake Bay. They both like marshes, grass flats, oyster beds, choke points where current's pooling, especially in the marshes. That's my bread and butter. So I just had to turn it into, instead of spinning reels, turning it into fly fishing. And you know, that was tough to do. I wanted to cover ground, but I also wanted to cover areas that I thought would be choke points. So part of what I did to catch that trout was, okay, I know at a certain point in the day that there are going to be fish here. Let me spend some extra time and I'm just gonna grind this point out. So I had been there for maybe about 30 minutes and there was a crabber who was running pots up that creek and he was on his way in and my time was getting close as to where I needed to pack it up and head out for the day. And I got that trout, man.
That picture probably came out like crap, but man, I'm just so excited, man. That's my first decent fish on the fly. That's a huge accomplishment, man. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, I'm so excited. Y'all, it has been a grind. He didn't pull enough to get me into the spool, but that was still fun. Man, I just saw a decent sized tail. He was right up here. And I try to sneak into this grass here. Maybe get a shot.
So if y'all have been following my YouTube channel for a little bit, you might remember the tailing redfish in the flooded grass video. That was, I think it was back in like September. But that was right around this time. It was an eye-opener for just how shallow these fish are willing to go. Big flood tides, you know, the water level was super, super high. A lot of marsh was flooded that's usually dry. And that's where I had seen those redfish. So when I went out on this next trip, I kept that in mind. And I actually wanted to target more of those flooded grass type areas. Seeing that really opened my eyes to just what these fish are capable of.
Oh my God, I see him, he's huge. He's huge, that might be an overslot. Oh my gosh, man. Oh, he kicked out though. He went deeper into there. Oh my gosh, I see him. We gotta get out. Gotta get out. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. He's chasing little mullet. Oh my gosh, he's right there. Y'all, I was just 20 feet from one. Oh, there he is, there he is. No. Oh, I got grass on the fly. That was insane. A lot of stuff goes into play here. Wind, sun, tide, lure, cast. There's a red. There's a freaking red. Oh my gosh. It's a nice fish. There's two. Oh, they turned. He turned. He's on it. Oh my gosh, there's two slot reds right there together. Come on, don't mess this up. Alright, he's swimming towards it. We'll start ticking. Dude, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. Dude, that was insane.
This day was absolutely insane. It was one of the best fishing days that I've ever had on the water. I will never forget it. And I didn't even catch a red on the fly. It was just a completely different pace than anything I had ever done. Like wading through flooded grass like that, and it felt like I was hunting. It didn't feel like fishing. It felt like I was like stalking my prey. And I was like, I mean, if you're, creeping up on fish in your kayak and trying to make, you might only get one good shot at them, and everything has to go right. And the fish are smart, the water's clear, and you've just got to hope that you can get up close enough to take a shot and that you can convince them to eat.
All right, y'all, this was a absolutely epic day. Didn't get a redfish on the fly still, but I learned a lot, saw a lot. I had a couple of opportunities, blew a couple of opportunities. Man, I'm just so fortunate to have had the opportunity to be out here. All right, we've got a ton of bait in this area. The wind is being completely blocked by these trees for the most part. Go ahead and strip out my line, be ready. A big part of this is just being ready, man. Gotta be ready.
So one of the big things that I learned that really helped me maximize my time on the water, just letting me cover more shoreline, cover more areas, was when I cast out and I strip maybe 10, 15 feet of line back in, instead of retrieving all the way up to the kayak and then having to false cast all my line back out, once I work my bait across whatever strike zone I think they're gonna be in, learning how to pick it up without making a bunch of noise and just getting it back in the water as quickly as possible. I would drift down shorelines, I'd cast out, retrieve 10 feet out from the shoreline, pick it back up, throw it 6 feet farther. And that was, I think, key in really efficiently covering water.
Oh my gosh, we're on. We're on. Oh my gosh, we're on. It's a red too. It's gotta be a red. Oh my gosh, man. No. Oh. 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 Oh, he came off. Dude. Dude. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was a nice fish too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You all. Dude. That was a red. That wasn't a trout. Trout don't pull that hard. I know I haven't hooked anything big on the fly rod yet, but that wasn't a trout. Man, like, oh. That's so insane, man. Oh my gosh. I gotta just take a second. It still makes me sick to watch that video. Not makes me sick, but man, that was a really nice fish. And I'm not just saying that because it was most likely the first redfish I ever hooked. But I only got to fight it for like a couple of seconds and then pop the hook. Man, I was just so pumped and excited to have finally hooked one. So I was just grateful for that. It stinks that I lost the fish, but I'm just grateful to have convinced him to eat. Oh my gosh, at least we know, okay. My fly works, my retrieve works. I'm in disbelief, man. I can't believe I did it, I hooked one. I freaking hooked one. Oh. That's incredible, man. The time, the blood, the sweat, the tears that went into that. Man, it's tough. It's really hard. You all, I just saw the back of something out of the water. I'm not 100% certain that it was a red, but it didn't really look like a mullet. We're gonna see, we could be getting ready to make a sight cast here. Well, I caught something. I think I foul hooked a mullet, maybe? Oh my gosh, no, I foul hooked a gar. You all. Damn, man, that guy bit me. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. That little mother. Ow. He didn't get me too bad. Damn. Oh, what the hell is going on here, man? Gosh. What the hell? Foul hooked the gar. I got bit by it. My gosh. Oh my gosh, man, the fly fishing is, what the hell? All right, I'm not even gonna go to that point. I saw a little bit of movement up in this little cut over here. Those wakes are just gar. Oh, we're on. Y'all, it's a red too. Don't lose him. Don't lose him, it's a red. Oh, he's not that big, but he'll do. He'll do. Oh, just stay hooked, man. Oh my gosh. We did it. We did it, man. Oh, let's go. He's an underslot, but I knew I saw something up in that cove. I don't think he's gonna take me into the spool or anything, but oh my gosh, man, we did it. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so awesome. Oh, I've worked so hard for this fish. Y'all don't even know, man, the stuff that I went through to get this fish. Oh, we're gonna get ready to net him right here. Ah, yeah, he's... Oh, come on. Oh, he's underneath the net. Oh my gosh. He looks like he's hooked pretty good though. Oh, he's in. He's in. You all, we did it. We freaking did it. I'm gonna paddle us. I'm gonna keep him in the water. Paddle us into the bank here. Oh my gosh, man. Oh, we did it. Oh, the fly just came out of his mouth. It's not a big one, but he will do. Look at that, man. First red drum on the fly. Beautiful fish. Let's go ahead and get him back in the water. There he goes. Dude. You all. Oh, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. I've worked so hard for that fish, man. Like, I never used a fly rod up until this spring. I did one time, had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I still have no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, man, I love catching redfish on spinning tackle. I did that I've been doing that for about 2 years now. And, you know, I've learned a lot. I feel like I've really learned what these fish like, the conditions that make them go certain places. There's some days that I struggle, but I wanted to challenge myself, and I wanted to go out and try to get a redfish the hardest way I could think of, and that's on a fly rod. Yeah, man. Oh, that's so incredible. Oh, look at this too. Oh, he's PO'd at me. Oh, he's gonna try to bite me. Redfish, look at that. That redfish, he spit out a little crab. That's so cool, man. Oh, here, I'll show you the fly that I got him on. This fly was tied by a guy over at Oceans East. It's a little minnow. It looks really good in the water. But yeah, this is what did it. I've worked so incredibly hard to get that fish right there. He wasn't a monster, but that was my first red drum on a fly. Now we gotta catch a slot and an overslot. It wasn't a giant. It was not a giant by any means, but I still did it. I still got my first red drum on a fly. I was honestly thinking that this could take me a year. This might take me more than a year. I might have to film again all next summer. So not a giant, still a redfish, still got him in the boat, got a good picture of him, nice healthy release. And yeah, it was very rewarding to get that fish into the net. All of my time, all of my effort, everything just came together. And I am catching that fish, that little redfish, got me more addicted to fly fishing than I ever thought would be possible. Like, I am so dedicated to going out and learning how to catch slot-sized redfish frequently, just to enjoy the struggles of fly fishing, if that makes sense. You know, it's a minimalistic thing.
You're not meant to bring all this gear and tackle and everything and sonar and all that equipment and all that. It's just you, a fly rod, trying to find some fish. So before I end this video, I'm not sponsored or affiliated with any company at all. But I do want to share some of the gear that I used in that video and that I use almost every day when I'm on the water. I want to start out by giving a shout out to Navillus. They're the ones who make this shirt and this hat. It's bamboo fiber like sun shirts, and I cannot tell you how soft this shirt is. Like, it is probably the most comfortable shirt that I own. It's so soft that it literally keeps you cool. So if you are interested in bamboo like fiber sun shirts, I highly recommend you give them a try. Absolute game changer. Like, I only have one shirt and I try to wear, if this shirt's clean, I'll wear it on every outing. If you're wearing a heavy hat, kind of gets annoying. But I can confidently wear this hat all day long. I'll put it on, put my hood up, and it's like, I kid you not, this stuff is so soft that it's like having air conditioning on a hot 90, 95 degree day. Like, if you haven't tried bamboo fiber sun shirts, give Navillus a look. These guys, I'm telling you, I'm not affiliated with them at all, but Jill has a couple shirts from them too. They're amazing. I want to give a big shout out to Orvis. This is the Orvis Clearwater 8-weight rod. It's a 9-foot, 4-piece rod. And it's got a Bat and Kill 4 reel on there. I can't remember if this is a sealed reel or not, but I have submerged it, sprayed it out. I'm probably going to take it apart this winter and just oil, grease, make sure it's good to go. Yeah, I loved throwing this rod. It was a great rod, and it's a somewhat affordable price. And one of the reasons I went with Orvis was because of their warranty. If I break this rod, if I shut it in my truck door and it snaps the rod in half, they will send me a new rod, and their promise is like within 4 days. That's nuts, and I think that's for life. Go check out Orvis if you're interested in getting a fly rod. I also have to thank Hobie. This pedal drive is an absolute tank. I take it all the way apart. I grease up all the bearing rods once a year, and this thing has never left me stranded, ever. And I even had this tension cable snap one day, and it still functioned. But yeah, I ran this into a submerged piling, bent this mast here, and you can kind of tell if you look at it just right. But I literally took it off, put it on the workbench, beat it back into place with a hammer, and that was in May. So I fished the entire season with this thing, no issues. And that was after, like, I mean, there's probably a 45-degree bend on this mast. It was bad. But this thing's an absolute tank. It does not have reverse. This is the XD turbo drive, I think. But yeah, I can give a couple of kicks and I can get up to like 5-6 miles an hour on the water if I'm really hauling. This thing's just a tank, and I can't believe, like, there's hardly any rust on here. Usually, like, there's a little bit of rust where the steering cable, the steel cable, is like, it's exposed, but that's it. All of this, like the metal, the plastic, there's hardly any rust on it. The chain, it's amazing. So if you're interested in getting a pedal drive kayak, definitely check out Hobie. I have to take the time to thank the people that inspired me to go on this journey of catching a redfish on a fly rod. So I want to start by thanking Justin Mendez. He's an excellent fisherman down in Florida. He just got a new boat. It's an Evo. It's a beautiful boat. I'm so jealous of the boat. But he does fly fish for tarpon, redfish. His production is amazing. And he's just an all-around great guy. So my wife and I love watching him on YouTube. And he was a big inspiration for trying out the fly rod. You know, just showing that, okay, you don't have to just do spinning reel stuff. Like, you can also get into fly fishing and have fun with that too. So Justin Mendez, thank you for amazing content, and thank you for inspiring me, because I thoroughly enjoyed this journey. I also want to take time to talk about Wildfly Productions. You can find their stuff on YouTube, and Sailboat Diaries, That's a video series. And then Ebbs and Flows. Sailboat Diaries, they go down to like the Caribbean and they're chasing bonefish on a rented sailboat. Their buddies, the driver, their photography and videography is amazing. It was so inspiring just like watching their adventures, and that really got me pumped up to put time into the production, into the filming, and just make it more about the journey. When I go out, I'm not always just looking to catch the biggest fish possible or as many as I can. I'm going out to enjoy time outdoors in nature on the water and take in all the beautiful sunrises and sunsets and marsh landscapes and just appreciate where I am and what I'm doing. So go check out Wildfly. There's some awesome guys over there. And yeah, Sailboat Diaries and Ebbs and Flows. Ebbs and Flows, they're chasing redfish in South Carolina, and they get some really cool eats on video. I'd like to give a special thanks to my wife, Jill. She is an amazing spouse. She loves to fish just as much as me. If you've been watching the YouTube for a while, you know that she's got the itch too. But she's absolutely incredible. She's been so supportive of this, and she's just as much into the adventure aspect as me. So we're working on getting her a GoPro, and I'm trying to convince her to get on the fly rod, especially once we get that John boat in the backyard all rigged up. I also want to thank the graphic designer who made the First Tide logo, Hannah. She is amazing. Her and her fiance Nick out in Montana, they're wonderful people. Special shout out to them. And I want to give a big shout out to my dad and my grandfather. Growing up, they are the ones who really got me into fishing. They showed me the striped bass action that can be had with soft plastics out in the Chesapeake Bay, and they got me addicted from when I was like 12 years old. You know, just running out of the Choptank River area and chasing these schools of breaking fish. Got the binoculars, you're looking for seagulls. They taught me so much, and I'm forever grateful for the knowledge that they've passed down and continue to pass down. I also want to thank all of you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and if you've watched my other stuff on YouTube, thank you for tuning into that. I really look forward to where this channel is going. It has grown a little bit faster than I thought it would, and yeah, it's been a blast, and I do a lot of the editing and videos just mainly because I enjoy looking back and reliving the fishing trips. So let me know what you guys thought of this video. Let me know if you're into fly fishing or anything. Just drop it down in the comments. Thank you all so much again. And please like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you all have a good one.